Hello, Ducks fans. Welcome to another episode of the Quack Report. My name's Carter. I'm joined by Nate, and we're going to talk some Ducks hockey here. I'm liking the colors today. I just noticed what you were wearing. It's good.
Very unintentionally purple and orange. I just realized as well. I kid you not. I had when I texted you, I was cleaning up. I was having a shower. So
Oh yeah,
I was.
you're cleaning up yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it's some people are just like, oh fuck yeah, whatever. He's having a shower. I normally shower in the mornings, so today it was just not. I didn't shower right away, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Just wanted to be a stinky boy today. It's all
yeah,
good. It
I
happens.
guess a little bit. So, but I mean, I was just at home today. I haven't left the house, so
yeah, exactly. So
I sound like such a fucking hermit, but it's like our Wednesdays is I have no class, so it's me like trying to catch up on homework and then get ready for the show tonight. So
yeah,
so
every other day you leave, just not Wednesdays.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I had just thrown on this, and was not intended to be so purple and orange altogether.
It's very matchy. So, yeah. I didn't notice before because I guess we didn't like have all the background open and stuff. And then when you threw us up and when we went live, then I was like, oh, purple, just like the background, orange text, just like our actual background, like it's
and our logo,
and orange on the hat, and it's good. So I'm liking it, and I just went with a black sweater today. So
hey, can't go wrong with the classic, right?
yeah, exactly. It doesn't really show up, but it's got like white flecks in it. Like it looks like I went outside without a jacket on in the middle of a blizzard, and so it's got like just white flecks. Yeah, I don't know.
There you go. White flex, two flex. There you go. And speaking of classic, it's almost becoming just a classic Ducks thing to not give a fuck about winning in regulation.
Nah, who cares? 2 points? 2 points or 2 points? Take your pick. What do you want?
We're doing Christmas early this season, and we're giving every team a point that plays us, but we're going to take 2 ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
It's like welcome to the Ducks multi-level marketing scheme. Everybody gets a point, but we get 2. But you get a point. It doesn't matter how many we get. You get a point.
Yeah, exactly. So
actually, in most cases, the other team gets 2 points and we get nothing. But
yeah. So, but seriously, promo code draft on DraftKings THPN. If the Ducks are playing anybody and they're heading to overtime, seriously, it might be worth your while to put some money down on the Ducks because they are 5 for 6 going into extra time this year now.
Yeah, do one of those in-game bets. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, in-game bets. So
or live bets, live in-game bets, whatever you want to call it. But that would be
if you get a notification that the Ducks are headed to overtime, put $5 down on it.
put that shit down. Yeah, I mean, obviously not like your whole life savings because it's not like it's not a guarantee, but it's the closest thing to a guarantee that you can get.
I saw something the other day, the Flames and Kings on Monday night, I think it was, and I think it was for the Kings was plus 110 or something like that. So like not crazy odds or no, maybe it's like plus 130. Still not like insane against odds kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think I read that a guy put down, I think it was like 100K.
Shit.
And the Flames then won that game. So that's how you play irresponsibly, everybody.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Don't do that.
Let me see if I can find what exactly it was, because that might sound like I'm blowing it out of proportion, but like I'm pretty sure that's what the number was.
Yeah, so unless you're like Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, like one of Elon Musk, one of them rich types.
Yeah, if you're Elon Musk, throwing around throwing around $44 billion just to fuck with Twitter.
Then what's $100,000 on a losing bet to them, right? But
yeah, please Musk, don't ruin it. That is my social media platform. Like I don't really do Facebook anymore. The only thing I really do is like I will share like our show on it and use it for marketplace. That's about it. Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I post like 3 times a year, 4 times maybe, right? The most recent post that I did on Instagram, I kind of even like made like light of that, of like, okay, It's anniversaries, Halloween, and something else. Is the only time you're probably gonna get a post from me on this app. So, but like I guess I post on my story a little bit more often, share stuff. But like Twitter is the main thing I use, I guess. So please, Elon Musk, do not fuck this up more than you already have.
Well, did you find the tweet?
I'm just looking for it here. Kings game bet. See if I can find something.
You'd think that would go viral because like that's a bit of a big deal if you're.
I'm trying to remember who even shared it.
Actually,
I think I know who might have. Okay, give me a second, and we will find this tweet.
Okay.
In the meantime, though, I guess we kind of started talking about the game a little bit with the fifth win. It's not in regulation. We're still going for the record, everybody. I think the record is, it was 20 games without a regulation win. So we're getting
set
close.
By like an expansion team though in like their first year?
No, I think that was set by the Coyotes. I think it was 17-18, I think, is what I read. I got to double check that one, but
okay. This is apparently going to be Watch Carter and Nate research things that are easily Googleable.
Apparently.
Well, they try and fill the awkward silence.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like I'm not gonna find it here. So, anyways, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like the guy had put down like around 100K, or maybe it was 10K. Either way, though, that was way too much to put down for like, I think at the time, like I said, it was like a plus 130 for the Kings and Flames. Like,
damn, yeah,
that's a little crazy. So that is how you do it irresponsibly. Everybody, please do not do that. Play responsibly and have some fun.
The longest losing streak to start an NHL season was by the Arizona Coyotes twice in 2022.
Of course, it'd be twice
in 2022. So, last year, or was that this year? There's no way it's this year. No, it must have been last year because
it would have been last year.
They've been doing okay this year. So, and also up there is the 1944 New York Rangers as well. Oh yeah, they won like 3 games in this season. So yeah, all 3 of them with 11. But that's just like straight up losing streak. That's not like regulation win. Longest season opening regulation losing streak. Is that how you would word that?
Or just longest without a regulation win to start.
Oh yeah. Okay. Longest season opening regulation win streak. Oh no, I don't want. Oh wait, longest regulation. Oh, season opening without. That's what.
There you go.
Without regulation win.
Okay, I'm still trying to find this bet tweet. If I find it, I will.
This is gonna be super entertaining for people. Hey.
Oh yeah, right. Just like they're just hanging on. Just like, what was the fucking bet? What's the record, asshole?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Longest. We're close. We don't want just longest winless streaks. We want.
Okay, I give up on trying to find this bet. It was around that though. Either way, people, play responsibly, but use that promo code THPN on DraftKings.
There you go. Yeah. Well, yeah, we got out of it. Yeah, I can't. The longest regulation or without a regulation win streak is like kind of an obscure one. You'd have to maybe go through it manually. Yeah. Anyways, doesn't matter. Okay. Taking the L on both of those things that we successfully wasted 10 minutes on. Let's get into the game here. The thing that most people are probably or more formally into the game, and because I think that's what most people are here for. So 3-2 overtime win. Ducks over the Red Wings. A standard. I mean, kind of already talked about that in the first few minutes here. But overall a very positive game. I want to start with a comment that I had because I think that it's the most important because I think I'm the most important.
All right.
And it's honestly, I think that's the most complete game that the Ducks have played this season. Like it was not the best game, but the most complete. Like we were always in the game. We didn't like give too much up to the opposition. We got our chances. Like it was back and forth, like you would say, or like you would want to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like an even game, and overall, just like lots to be positive about, and very little, if anything, to be negative about. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree on that. Like the deserve to win meter is definitely the it's not in Anaheim's favor on moneypuck.com, but it is more favorable than we have generally seen over the course of the season. 59-41, we'll call it. But the expected goals for this game, it was all very close. 3.14 to 2.84 in favor of Detroit. So scoring chances and everything like that. It was a very tight game. That's
an expected goals difference of like 0.3 between those two teams.
Nothing too wild there. Like in terms of differences or anything like that. But a lot of these guys just played on both sides, honestly, pretty well, outside of maybe some defense a little bit. Detroit definitely had some hurt with Mata and Hronek was kind of their rough pairing, and that's unfortunate when they're playing 16:38 of 5-on-5 time there.
Yeah.
So, but and then I guess if we're gonna compare that with the Ducks as well, was Kulikov Benoit for expected goals against, but that's only 531. Okay, so for time on ice was Fowler, Kulikov. Nobody really on defense stayed with each other, it seems like. Fowler, Kulikov, 11:36 together, 5-on-5 time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's kind of good that they that we did as well as we did when the lines were being shuffled. Like it shows that everybody can kind of play with everybody, which kind of hints at a bit of a system being in place, maybe.
Does it hint at a system being played or us still figuring out who the fuck we're playing where on our very lackluster blue line at this point?
I mean, that's probably the case, but the fact that we didn't just like bleed chances and this wasn't a 7-0 game means to me that when the line combinations are thrown in the blender like that, because we're trying to figure out what works, then everybody's on the same page. Everyone knows the system. Everyone executed the system. So it's one game, obviously. So I'm not saying that things are changed and Dallas Eakins is a god now because we have a defensive system. No, that's not. I don't think that's the case at all. But
there seemed to be a very minuscule system in place of who's playing with who. I didn't really see any other improvements otherwise. So it's kind of okay. If you had a T-chart right now that had, the pros and cons kind of thing of last night's defense in particular, you would have the one pro that is, there seemed to be something happening there. And then the con side is just filled with everything else still, I think. So, but in terms of, structure and that sort of thing.
But, also, I think part of it too was the first goal when White took a puck to the face, immediately that kind of causes quite a bit of line juggling.
Yeah,
I doubt he just jumped right up over the boards. Like you're kind of playing 5D for a little bit while you make sure he's okay. But he did come into the game because he still played 10 minutes. So
that shot to the face, yikes.
Oh yeah, I honestly thought immediately I was like, oh man, broken jaw, another defenseman down. What the fuck are we gonna do? But he stayed in the game. I mean, obviously you can play with a broken jaw. It's not advisable, but it's
not advisable.
The fact that he stayed in the game means it's probably not too serious. but we shall see, I guess. I did have a question about that though, because I know
Sure.
whenever plays like this happen, especially when it's like right in front of the net, like in shooting lanes,
Yeah.
the big question is like, hey, this should have been blown down, kind of thing. Would you blow that one down if you were the referee? And
Would
like before the puck's even in the net, like immediately you're like, nope, plays blown down, puck's in the net, but no goal because I blew the whistle.
in that case, it does come down to the technicality of, did you blow the whistle? Does the ref have enough of a reaction time to see that Kulikov got hit in the face, he went down, and is probably not getting up before the puck goes in, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, does he have that reaction time to do that before Detroit does score on? Do you call that a rebound? I don't know what the fuck you call that.
I mean, in a way, yeah.
Bounce? I don't know. Like, yeah, it all kind of comes down, I think, to that reaction time.
Yeah, it's all about
However, though,
intent to blow the whistle, though, right?
yeah, but then it's also for, I feel like for something like that is, did he blow the whistle?
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Like,
that's not the case though. It's intent
yeah,
to blow the whistle. So
I don't know. It's the
yeah,
NFL or the NFL, the NHL and their officials, right? They like
yeah.
to flip flop it on us. So like, anyway, though, what I did take a look in the rule book though to determine what the ruling on it is,
Yeah.
because I know for lacrosse, if a player is in like a dangerous position, like in front of a shot kind of thing, right? Like, then
Mhm.
yes, they'll blow it down. Um, the only thing I was able to find actually is under Rule 8 for injured players, which is paragraph 5, um, under 8.1, if anybody wants to go look it up, which reads, when a player is injured so that he cannot continue play or go to his bench, the play shall not be stopped until the injured player's team has secured control of the puck. If the player's team is in control of the puck at the time of the injury, play shall be stopped immediately unless his team is in a scoring position. That's the only thing I was able to find for that. So, with how the rule is written, from what I could find, that is correct,
Mhm.
right? But for matters of safety, you do try to get around the rules sometimes. If that had gone on for another second or two, I think, before
Yeah.
the puck got shot at, then yes, at that point, the ref has enough reaction time to,
Mhm.
and is able to see that, yeah, White's not getting up very fast and definitely blow it down. But
Yeah. I think the
in,
thing too
in
is
terms of
it
the
was
actual rule, though, it seems to lean that yes, that was the
yeah.
correct play for the moment.
Yeah. No, I think so too. And especially because um it was like puck to face and then off to the side and then basically immediately shot in and like White wasn't in that shooting lane, then I think that's the right call because it's kind of like a
Yeah,
continuation of the play. Like it but if it goes like if the puck goes face and then back out to whoever shot it again, then that's when you're like, oh fuck, we need to blow this down before he takes another shot to the face,
yeah,
you know, because like he's in the shooting lane at this point. Um so I think in that case, you blow it down as a matter of safety, and hopefully the defenseman doesn't just wind up and take the shot before
mhm.
you can do that. But yeah, no, I think I didn't see any like outcry of like White's down injured. How is that not blown down? Like I didn't see any of that. I just wanted to know what
Yeah. So
your thought was there. So
I was looking a little bit farther. So the next, and I mean a little bit farther, the next paragraph would be the thing that would kind of overrule, right? Of, in the
yeah,
case where it's obvious that a player has sustained a serious injury, the referee and or a linesman may stop the play immediately. So I think it's just there wasn't the reaction time or just the time in
yeah,
general to see that it was serious. That the dude took a puck to the face and he's probably not going to get up for a second
yeah,
or longer than a second, I guess. So, um, yeah, as
yeah.
it was, that is the correct call. So
Okay, good call.
good job,
Cool.
NHL officials. You actually you did it. You did your job.
You did it right. Yeah. Another point I had here was that we got another power play goal off Mason Cavish there. So
Yeah,
that
it's
was
amazing what happens when you put, woo, there we go. Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you put solid offensive guys in opportunities to be able to score and help your team.
yeah,
Just saying. Like,
Yeah, that's good. And I mean, he was all over this game. He had some great opportunities, but specifically on this power play, he had like a great chance just like seconds before. He was in Zegris's the spot that Zegras usually is for that one timer. He got the shot off, and it was just like a great save by Husso. And then he switched spots with Henrique and went into the middle of the ice. So he was just like in great positioning there. Props to Henrique getting the shot off as well, the one timer, and McTavish picking up that rebound. Like, but that little switch there, like you could kind of see that in the 30 seconds building up to the goal on the power play. There was really Klingberg was the only guy that stayed in the same spot. The other four guys, they were switching up things. They weren't just like, this is our spot. I might move forward a couple strides, back, left, right, just to kind of try and make lanes. Like, because obviously that hasn't worked. Like the defenseman can adjust to that. But when guys are actually like going behind the net and like switching between the slot and the circles, it makes it a lot harder to cover, because then the defense has to, or the penalty kill has to switch from man defense to more zone defense. Like you have to be trying to block the guy's lane, but then all of a sudden now I'm switching who I'm defending. So it's more confusing for the penalty kill, and I think that it works way better for our power play because we're fast and we have guys that can shoot.
Oh yeah, it absolutely does work for our power play. It did seem better because like Detroit's not a team that's slacking necessarily. Like, yes, that was the fourth game in a row that they've lost technically. But yeah, like they haven't been bad this season whatsoever, right? Like they're in the wild card conversation currently. But at the same time, not to be the pessimist, but we're almost praising on like this is this is power play strategy that you do in like novice and peewee kind of thing. So like good job on actually doing it and like actually being able to move around and not just staying still. It definitely helps, and getting yourself into better scoring positions overall. So, and to add on to that, that is something that I know I've been critical of John Klingberg on, especially on that power play there. While it wasn't a power play goal, it was us up a man. I'm jumping ahead in the game for the tying goal with, what was it, like 50 seconds left or something like that. He move a whole lot during that, like kind of in the seconds leading up? No, not a whole lot, but he moved enough, and the puck moved enough as well, that there was a lot more of a lane, I'll say, that was actually available to him when he took his shot. Rather than you're trying to bowl through 10, or I guess like 9 guys that are in a straight line, and you're trying to put it through all of them. So that was really nice to see. I kind of watched it and I was like, oh yeah, and watched the replay, and I was like, there you go. That's what I've been talking about. So
it was the same sort of thing too, where there was a little bit of more movement from the players and like switching of positions as well. So I'm glad that we're finally getting to that, and it seems like our power play is improving.
Seems like it. I want to see a little bit more out of it.
It's a step in the right direction. It's not perfect, obviously. Just for context, Detroit's their penalty kill is at 78.4%, good for 16th in the league. So very average.
It's about average.
Those are like, it's a decent penalty kill. Like it's
Where are we on that, by the way?
Oh, 30.
I'm gonna take a wild guess. 30. Oh, 30. Who's worse than us? Wait. I want to see if I can guess this. Actually, I haven't seen it. Okay. Penalty kill worst. Not power play. Penalty kill worst. I'm thinking more for the power play, but I feel like it could be penalty kill as well. I'm gonna say Columbus.
No, they are. Where are they? 15th, 78.6. But yeah, you're right. Their power play is abysmal.
Their power play is horrible. Yeah. Okay. Who is it?
Oh, okay. It's Vancouver, 63.8.
Oh, okay. Actually, that does make sense.
Yeah, it checks out. So.
Yeah. To really quickly just go back to Mason McTavish. Yeah. Kid was sniffing around the net there. 4 shot attempts and 3 of those getting in on net as well. The few faceoffs that he took as well, he did all right. 3 for 5, which is, that's above 50%. So sounds like a pass to me. I don't know. But
C's get degrees, right?
Yeah, and just to show as well that like he was in a great spot. I think his expected goals was 0.4, and he obviously got a goal, so he surpassed it for that game. So yeah, he just like he did look really good in that game. And what did he have? Let me see here. So his overall time 12:24 in this game, and his okay, so his power play time was 3:15 there. Did he have any 4-on-5? No, he had no 4-on-5. Not that I'm expecting him to, but it was nice to see, at least on the projected, that he was back at center, even if it's still on that fourth line. That was nice to see. So with the addition of Sam Carrick back into the lineup,
which he had a pretty solid game as well, I would say.
Yeah, he he didn't do anything crazy. I mean, it's also hard to with only 4:38 ice time.
Yeah, and I mean, you're behind at this point. Like everyone else is starting to hit mid-season form, and you're literally just getting started. No camp, nothing. Like,
yeah, he did have a 4-game conditioning stint with San Diego before coming up. But yeah, I mean, again, nothing in terms of time was like he didn't have a whole lot of time, right? Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. I guess like 4:38, but even in that, he took 2 minutes, lost the 2 faceoffs that he had. I'm trying to see if there's anything like it was interesting for him, I think, because he also had the least amount of shifts in this game with only 8. Oh, yeah. So like I know he's a guy that's just coming back, but like just seeing that number kind of is a little odd to me for some reason.
Yeah, I mean it's not great, but I mean it's easing him into it off injuries. Yeah. So
just in terms of utilization overall, because even Brett Leeson had like only 10, but then it jumps to 17 for Austin Strand, right? So
defenseman, so that's different, but
yeah, fair enough.
Who would the next forward be?
The next forward looks to be, in terms of shifts, Max Jones and Mason McTavish. Then it's 16.
Okay,
looks to be. So I don't know. It just feels like okay. I totally get it of easing him back in a little bit. Maybe you give him a little bit more time in the AHL then for conditioning. If I don't know, I
think there's a limit on the amount of games for a conditioning stint. Yeah, and I think it is 4. It might be 5, but I don't know.
I don't know. Just to me, I guess to only dress a guy for 4.5 minutes, essentially, almost feels like a waste of a roster spot.
In a way, yeah. I do agree. So, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe he wasn't feeling, or like after playing at the NHL level, he like was like I don't know, something doesn't feel right. I'd rather just sit and stretch it out. I don't know. Just like 100% speculation here, but it's not also past Dallas Eakins to like white glove
not
these guys, right? So
yeah, to just not use players on his bench that are dressed.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I don't know. I didn't think there was anything that like warranted benching him either. So I don't know if that maybe happened. Like he didn't play in the third for a certain reason. Not that I noticed, but I mean, obviously coaches see a little more there. But
let me double check of like how. Oh, where is it here? Shift chart. Here we go.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just see if it was spread out a little.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is actually being a little slow for me again for some reason. I have no clue why this is happening. Okay, it might not pop up right away here.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Oh, no, here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Sorry. Okay, let me take a look here. Where are we? Sam Carrick, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it looks like he kind of got sat in the third period there. He had 3 shifts in the first, it looks like, 4 in the second, and then his last one, his last one in the kind of like the early, like first quarter of the third period there.
Interesting.
So
yeah, I would have to. I'm not going to do this, but I would have to go back and watch the game to see if there was anything like super egregious. Right? What time was the was his last shift approximately, or if you have the exact number, that'd be good too.
I don't. It just has it like split up by bars that signal like when.
Okay,
like a new
but
period starts.
It was early period.
It looks to be in like the first 5 minutes though.
Okay, yeah, and yeah, I guess. Yeah, the only goal was Klingberg's in the third period. Yeah, that's very weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what's up with that, but we'll see how it goes in future games and if he gets more ice time, which I imagine he would. I would be shocked if he only had the 4 minutes there. But
yeah, because even Leeson had the 2 shifts in the third. Colton White's, no, never mind. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to make sense of it. Because it seems like it was weird, only Leeson and Carrick that got sat after that point. Like their shifts ended at the same time, and they both didn't play the rest of the game.
Weird. I don't know. Maybe they were goofing off on the bench, like I don't know, playing rock paper scissors, and Dallas Eakins was like, "Oh, if you don't want to play in the game, I'll just bench you. And you can play rock paper scissors all you want."
Okay, here, you know what? I will give a prop here.
Okay.
To Dallas Eakins, which is rare. Okay. Just over the halfway point of the third period, Dmitry Kulikov played his last shift of the game and didn't play for the rest of the game. That's actually as much as he was playing the top line minutes, I guess, for that game.
Yeah,
that's definitely a smart decision.
I don't
mean to just shit on guys, right? But Kulikov is tied with, for defensemen on the team with Fowler for most giveaways on the team. And he is leading the team in defensive zone giveaways. And I mean, all of his giveaways have been in the defensive zone.
Oh, shit.
That's all 10 giveaways have been in the defensive zone. So,
if you're giving the puck away in the neutral zone, fine. Some teams have great neutral zone setups, but if you're doing it in the defensive zone, there's no excuse.
Yeah, and at least in Cam Fowler's defense as well, who he's tied with in just total giveaways, Fowler has 12 takeaways. Kulikov only has 2. Kulikov has been the one guy that he seemed to start strong and then it dipped hard. And I mean hard. I mean like the Simpsons movie where it's the joke of a rock in a hard place kind of thing. And he's on the wrecking ball getting hit back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean like that.
Yeah.
Just dropped.
Which to Kulikov, let's try that one again. To Kulikov's defense, he was he's a third pairing guy at most. In rare circumstances, he can fill in on the second pair. And with the state of this defense, he's expected to be a top 4, if not a top 2 defenseman. And I feel like that's kind of followed his dip in play has kind of followed the trajectory just based off my eye test. No stats. It's kind of followed the trajectory of the Ducks being injured. So it started before then as well, but it's been super, super obvious and not obviously helpful for his confidence with all the injuries. So if we were deep enough to just play him on the third pair or even keep him as a 7th defenseman to rotate in, that would be fantastic. But we're not that team. So, but I am glad that he got scratched though, because if he's doing that, you gotta.
This
You
is a
just
guy
have to.
that started the season on the second pairing, and it wasn't horrible. But at this point of the season, if we didn't have the injuries that we do on our back end, I would hope that he would have gotten demoted to the third line, hypothetically.
Yeah, exactly. But
so, because it's not. I don't know. He's not a guy that I'm very confident that something good is going to happen when he's out on the ice. I mean, like,
yeah, that's fair.
Like, I think he leads the team in blocked shots. He leads by a mile. He's got 30 blocked shots on the year. But that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like you said,
otherwise,
some rare praise for Dallas
leading,
Eakins,
you don't
right?
want that.
Yeah. So some rare praise for Dallas Eakins, though, and that's the second time we've done that this episode. What was the first thing that we praised him on? I don't even remember.
That there seemed to be something of a system in
a semblance, just a crumb of defensive structure. That's what it was. Yeah. And then also slight adjustment to improve the power play, and then also good call on scratch. Man, that's three in a row.
I'm gonna call it two. I'm gonna call it two because the defense thing. I'm still looking at the heat map. It's still our usual. I'll just say that.
I'm sure it is. So. Yeah. No, but given what he's got to work with here, then yeah. What else do we have? We'll save the overtime one for last because that is the hype thing that we're going to talk about to end this little section off. But you had a note here about Jacob Silfverberg.
I think it was earlier today. As people know, I'm also a Flames fan. And so my personal Twitter especially is it almost kind of works like having like me running the Quack Report Twitter, which you can go follow at Quack Report Pod. Where like that's the main Ducks kind of stuff. Like I almost like through the two accounts I have them kind of separated, which kind of works out.
Yeah.
So anyway, on my personal one though, it's a lot of Flames is more Flames content than Ducks. I'll say that. There is Ducks in there though for sure. Mm-hmm. But there was a tweet put out by a buddy of mine, Mike Gould, on Twitter, who was asking like, who's the best Flames forward to start the season? And one of the options he had in there was Nazem Kadri, who that was definitely leading the polls, and the people are not wrong in that sense. He has been phenomenal for the Flames. But then somebody had put in the comments of, no, Kadri's actually been the worst player. And so I pulled up the stats showing like not just his scoring, but just other things. I'm like, he's leading in this, he's leading in this, and he's leading in this and this. Like, so tell me again how. So basically it led me down a rabbit hole of, okay, I'm going to take a look at a lot of these stats and just kind of see who's leading in what categories for the Ducks as well. Because we haven't, like, we normally do it at like quarter or halfway points of the season.
Yeah.
But I realized
I hadn't really looked at actually.
Yeah, I just realized I hadn't really looked at, like for the team overall, who is doing what the best and that sort of thing, besides just off the top of my head and what we're seeing in games.
Yeah.
For Klingberg specifically, what stat was it again that I was specifically looking at there?
Silfverberg, sorry.
Yeah. Right, penalty minutes. So on moneypuck.com there, they have minutes drawn as well as the minutes taken, right? And you can see the differential there. Nice. So if you're, mind you, okay, it doesn't take into context, like Max Jones is currently the worst penalty minute differential, but it's because Max Jones has been getting into some fights.
Yeah, and probably doesn't draw a lot of penalties either.
So he's taken 23 minutes himself and he's drawn 11. So he's at a
that's actually better than I thought. Yeah.
He's at a plus 12 right now, which this is the category that you don't want to be a positive in.
Yeah.
However, though, Silfverberg has drawn 14 minutes. So 7 minors he's drawn.
Wow.
And has not taken a single penalty yet this season.
Damn. So
I'd be very surprised if he doesn't. Silfverberg for Lady Bing. But yeah, he's doing all right there. And you know what? I'll just say like the top 3 for penalty minutes drawn there.
Sure.
Troy Terry, which that one you would kind of hope
expect
for almost. Yeah.
Something's fucky if he's not drawing a ton of penalties.
Yeah, he's drawn 20 minutes on his own of power play time for the Ducks, which I'm sure he's almost kind of frustrated with. Of like, guys, I'm giving us the opportunities here.
Yeah,
I've literally given us an entire period alone worth of power play, and we haven't been able to do shit with it.
Yeah, and with our power play, like teams are like, oh, well, we'll just foul Troy Terry. Like if he's streaking in on a breakaway, we'll just throw our stick at him, or like we'll dive and trip him. Like who cares? We'll slash his hand. Doesn't matter because then we're taking away that scoring chance, and then we're basically giving ourselves a power play by going shorthanded because the Ducks fucking suck on the power play.
Troy Terry's got -12 on the differential, so he's drawn 20 minutes worth, taken 8 himself. Isaac Lundestrom though, Silfverberg and Lundestrom, that third line likes to draw penalties, it seems, because Lundestrom himself has drawn 10 minutes worth of penalties.
Oh wow.
And has only taken 2. So yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because we don't have the best third line, but we have a fast and high skill third line compared to a lot of other teams. And the NHL is trending that way a little bit more, but like because a lot of teams, their third line is, I don't want to say like goons, but like tougher, grindy
it's your
lines
line.
In a way. Yeah. More so. Like it depends on the team identity, but if you're a high skilled third line and you're facing the grindy third lines, you're probably going to draw more penalties just by the nature of it, because you're putting yourselves in a better place to have an advantage over the opponent, and they'll probably try and hold you or whatever the case might be. So that makes a lot of sense, actually, now that I think about it.
So I just wanted to give a shout out for that. It's like,
that's great.
It's not something that's normally that's what stats people are looking for, kind of thing, right? But it is something that can help your team, right? Like obviously not taking penalties fucking helps your team. Anaheim Ducks as a whole, listen to this. Not taking penalties helps your team. I say and emphasize, as you are the most penalized team in the league this year.
Are they?
You can't afford to be. Yeah, they are.
Actually, you know what? That doesn't surprise me. Yeah.
Here I'm gonna double check this just after last night, at least.
Oh yeah, sure.
During the broadcast, they did say, the Ducks are the most penalized team in the league so far this season.
Yeah.
So, which doesn't surprise me. And again, like we have definitely made some arguments against some of them, but we've also talked about how a lot of them are mostly avoidable penalties to take.
Yeah. Penalties drawn, or are you looking at penalty minutes?
It would be penalty minutes against, I think.
Okay. They're second with 237 penalty minutes, and Minnesota's in first with 248. In terms of actual penalties drawn, or sorry, penalties taken, I guess is the one. Tied with Minnesota now with 88.
Okay.
But in terms of penalty differential, minus 16, which is the worst. So, not great.
Stay out of the fucking box, please.
Yeah, pretty much. So, okay. And then overtime. That was 3-on-3 is always an exciting overtime, right? Or an exciting way to experience. It's been a long day, man.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
3-on-3 is always exciting. No, fuck. Let's try this again. Overtime is always exciting because it's 3-on-3 overtime. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Jesus, and it's even more exciting when the Ducks can score on it, because it's always something magical, and it's always like just a play that you're like, wow, that was perfect, executed to perfection, right?
Yeah.
And in this one, Tyler Bertuzzi just like coughs up the worst fucking pass you could imagine. Just like
honestly, I
the
watched
biggest muffin right at Strome.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
yeah, like it wasn't even like a good breakout pass. It was literally like a little flip from behind the net, and then it also hit Strome, and then he just laid down. Like,
yeah, like I watched the highlights again before we got into this just to have it all fresh, right? You watch him start to get up and flop down again.
Yeah.
Like, go watch it again. He starts to get up and goes down again. I'm like, oh man.
Like, if you're a Red Wings fan, like, you probably had an aneurysm during this. Just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But like, as a Ducks fan, that was awesome to watch. Like, as soon as that hit Strome and Zegras just like put his stick down, I was like, oh, this is going in. And then the pass goes over, and I'm like, no, Zegras, don't shoot. Husso's gonna be there. And then he passed it, and Strome almost fucked it up.
Yeah, but it still went in. Okay, in like the span of 2 seconds was a fucking roller coaster on its own.
Oh yeah, it was wild.
Because it was oh, giveaway. Oh no. Okay, Strome got it. We're good.
Yeah, right.
Like, and he almost. It looked like he had shot it and it hit his stick again, right? Which is something we have seen before. But then he got like the second tap on it to put it in. But I was like, oh my God, that was a lot for like 2 seconds there.
Yeah. Oh wait, sorry. I wanted to find something. Is this what I want? It's not, but this is fucking so funny. Like, Ryan Strome and empty nets, like, empty nets are just the bane of his existence. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but like, Rangers fans like castrated Ryan Strome consistently. So here's one opportunity here. This is him in the shootout against Detroit.
We're not seeing it here.
Oh Jesus. Sorry. I did the screen share, it just didn't pop up. Well, I'll just back us up a little bit here.
Fuck monetization.
Yeah. But just look at this.
Here comes it. Oh, wide. Oh my God. Okay, if you're just listening to it, he dekes out the goalie, like throws his jock strap up into the second bowl of air, wide open net, and throws it past the net, like through the crease.
Yeah, like look at that. Look at that yawning cage. Fuck, I could hit that. You put me like 6 inches from the side of a barn, like, or you put him 6 inches from the side. I'm done talking. You get what I'm trying to say.
Dude, the barn pops up on the bench, like on the Rangers bench after that, and goes, dude, I could have fucking hit that.
Like, look at his move to avoid the poke check. So calm and poised, and then he takes the extra second too, and then you're like, oh, there's no way this is missing. And look it, it's just. Oh God, sorry.
What kind of curve does he have on his stick? That's what I want to know. We got the Ronark, he chiming in. It's because he was a Ranger at the time.
Yeah, right. Like, look, you even think it's going in up until
the
like
goalie even looks. And he's just like, fuck. All right, you know what? Good. And then he watches the puck go by, and he's like, oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's honestly that's not even the one I was trying to find.
That was a beautiful one, though. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I think it's it's got to be this one. Oh, nope.
No, that's an article, it looks like.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Ryan Strome, and empty nets. Yeah.
Oh, I think
he doesn't like the score on the goalie pulled.
Yeah. Okay, I've got part 2 here.
Okay.
This is. I'm gonna go back. This is the one I was thinking of, and this one is almost identical to the overtime goal. So this is against Tampa Bay. I think it was in the playoffs this year too. And so Panarin has the puck on the boards. Backhand no look pass to somebody. Ryan Strome wide open and then bobbles the puck.
Oh, I remember this. Oh my God.
Like literally wide open freaking net there. Look at,
and it just goes under his stick. It almost looks
just like way too excited.
Oh no! Yeah, he's trying to celebrate already as he's putting it in, and just whiffs on it.
Yeah, and as soon as it hit his stick and it wasn't in the back of the net, I was like, "Oh no, Strome, what are we doing? What have you done?"
Yikes!
But we're good. We're good. So I'm glad that it was just a curse that he had with the Rangers, and he's figured it out with the Ducks.
It seems like he's got it.
But oh man, that was a beautiful play. Love that, and just a great comeback win. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, that was good. So if we can have more games like that, if we can win one in regulation, that'd be great. But if we can just have more games like that as a whole,
you know what?
I wouldn't want to tear out what hair is left on my head.
You know what would be hilarious is winning or like getting into the playoffs without winning a game in regulation. Do you think you could do that? You could easily do that.
You would just have to make sure it's not. You'd have to make sure it's against Eastern opponents.
For the most part, yeah.
And what's their track record on that? Actually, I'd be kind of curious. I feel like we. Okay, well, 2 of the wins have obviously come from San Jose alone. Thank you very much. So that doesn't really help you there. Okay, so Boston was the loss.
Boston was the loss. Detroit was the one, obviously, and then what was the other one?
Else?
Toronto.
Okay, so there's 2 against the East,
and that was it. Those were 2 San Jose, Boston, then.
We've had 6 go to extra time.
Oh yeah, so there was another one in there. Chicago?
No, Chicago was regulation.
Oh no, Chicago won that one.
Chicago won.
Who
was it? Oh, I guess just go back through the schedule and find the wins.
Seattle, obviously, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's literally
right. The very first game of the season.
So yeah, Seattle, Toronto, San Jose, Detroit.
So if you flip that and give it more to the East, then you could potentially do it. Because if you keep giving just a single point to everybody in your conference, let alone your division, right? That's going to be a lot harder to do.
It would be tough. It depends on who. Like for San Jose, obviously it's fine because they suck. But like if you're giving it to like LA, Edmonton, Calgary, like the teams that you are fighting for those higher spots, with, then. Yeah, it does make it tougher, but you are still gaining ground. It's just slower than if you were winning in regulation. But it'd be interesting. I doubt it's going to happen this season, but it's fun to think about. So, yeah, the Ronarchy here says, better days for Strome now. At least more sunny days. That's true. Yeah, it's always sunny in Anaheim. All right. Well, we've got a couple pieces of news to talk about, upcoming games, and we'll do a Gulls update. Oh, and what's quacking. So we'll take a quick break here with our friends over at DraftKings. Be sure to use promo code THPN for exclusive offers, and we will see you in just a minute to wrap up the episode.
NFL Sundays are only getting better, and so are the incredible offers at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. Check this out. Right now, everyone can earn up to a 100% boost with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, place a same-game parlay, and combine multiple bets like which team will win, player props, and point totals. With bigger payouts than ever, DraftKings Sportsbook is my go-to when betting on the NFL. So, what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, use the promo code THPN, and place a $5 pre-game moneyline bet to get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Again, that's promo code THPN, as in the Hockey Podcast Network, only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
Okay. We already kind of talked about Sam Carrick being activated off of IR, making his season debut there against the Detroit Red Wings. After hip surgery, likes to take penalties. Yeah.
He likes to take penalties. Okay, so I had to double check. So I was like, okay, I know Carrick has he does like to fight. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And I think I saw on was it hockeyfights.com or whatever. He's fought, I think it's 13 times he's fought.
Oh, damn.
And 11 of them were 1 with the Ducks, 2 last season. I was like, Jesus, dude.
I mean, with Beaulieu out now, someone's got to fill that hole. So
yeah, so it was 55 of his 85 penalty minutes last night. Because like I was kind of looking, I'm
last
like,
season,
oh man, like
not last night.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, Carrick's like I saw 85. I'm like, Carrick's got to stay out of the box, but I'm like, wait a second, he did like the fight. So I searched it up, and I'm like, okay, 30 minutes is still not great overall for what he does in a game, but 55 out of 85 penalty. Okay, we'll cut a little bit more slack than I was about to give him.
How much of the remaining 30 was like 10-minute misconducts or like instigators, though?
I have no idea.
You don't know? You didn't go that far? I'd be curious.
I wasn't sure. So I didn't go like game by game on it. But yeah, I would be interested to see that. So, but yeah, when it was like, I have to double check this now. Because I think it was like he had 2, maybe like over like November, December last season. And then January just took off. I mean, he did have 2 fights.
Didn't get what he wanted for Christmas and just wanted to pound the shit out of some people in January.
He had 2 fights in one game. I think it was against San Jose last year. Do you remember that game now?
It's in there somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, here, let's
you pull that up here. The Ronarchy says, glad I could stop by tonight. You guys are great. Thank you, Ronarchy. You are great for stopping by. Sorry, go ahead. I thought that would take you longer to pull up.
It was like loading as anyway. Sam Carrick last season had 11 fights. He had 3 before we went into 2022. So he had November 26th, December 17th, and then December 31st, where he fought Austin Watson, Johan Larsson, and Braden McNabb.
Okay.
And then, sure enough, January hit. So that, 3 out of 11 of his fights were in like the first 3 months of the season.
Yeah.
And then, January 14th, fights Brandon Duhaime from Minnesota. Then he fights Nick Foligno in Boston there on the 24th. And then takes a little bit of a break in February. You know, Valentine's, got to feel some love a little bit. But that's also around, you're getting around the trade deadline. And who did we lose but Nick Delorier? March hits. He fights Foligno again. Then he fights Jeffrey Veal for San Jose. And then, it was against Nashville. Yeah, and then March 22nd, he fights...
Sorry, what was his name? Jeffrey Veal?
Yeah.
Was his name Jeffrey Beef before then? And then Carrick pounded him into some nice tender veal?
Actually, on Hockey Fights, voted winner was Sam Carrick at 75%. So,
so yeah.
And then, in the game against Nashville on March 21st, he fights not just Mark Borowiecki, Borowicki. Fuck.
I've always remembered to say it was like Borowicki. Like if you go to your buddy and you're like, hey, I only have 1 ski. Can I borrow one? And they're like, Borowicki. I don't know if that's right, but that's how I say it.
And then, and then he also fights Tanner Jeannot. So he fought Jeannot in the first period. And then he said, I hadn't had enough and fought Wichski in the third.
Okay.
So there's his 2 there. And then, 5 days later, he fights Jonah Gajovic, I think, for San Jose. And then to wrap up the season, April 1st, fights Michael Carcone there. So
okay.
He just took off last year in the New Year's.
So we're in for a treat here with Sam Carrick, is what you're saying. We're going to see some
hopefully
knuckles.
We got some hopefully we got some decent knuckles. And here, actually, I'm going to take a look at the voted,
which is good considering everyone thinks we're soft as shit.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at the voted here and seeing out of those 11 fights last season, how many the people think he won. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, for some reason there was just no votes on the fight against Braden McNabb.
Okay.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. He only won 4 out of 10 voted by people. So
that's because people hate the Ducks. So he won in our hearts. That's what matters. But yeah. Anyways,
I mean,
to have Sam Carrick back. So
he did lose to Carcone in voting, who is an Arizona Coyote.
Oh yeah.
By at 71.4%. So anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, glad to have Sam Carrick back. We also called up Drew Hellison, defenseman there, 20-year-old that we got as part of the Josh Manson trade in
last deadline.
At the deadline, yep. Thank you. 2023 a 2023 second round pick also came along with that there. So a goal and 2 points with San Diego in 13 games played, as well as 16 penalty minutes. I remember the scouting report on Hellison was essentially Josh Manson light, like big guy, not afraid to throw his body around. Like, that's kind of it. So
promising.
Yeah. And that was done, assuming, because Kevin Shattenkirk was placed on IR. Last played November 9th against Minnesota. Not really sure what happened besides that it is an upper body injury. Or sorry. Oh, no. This one is a lower body injury. My bad. Yeah. Bolio is an upper body injury. So
okay, but no IR for him yet that I could see.
No, I haven't even seen like day to day or anything. So
yeah,
but it's obviously not a healthy scratch because he's got upper body. So it's weird.
Yeah,
very weird.
It's also just still weird that I guess we didn't try to pick up anybody to replace either of these two guys. Anyway,
yeah,
whatever. I don't know. I've already gone down that path of what are we doing? So
yeah. But yeah, those are all the various transactions that have occurred since our last episode there. I guess with Shattenkirk being placed on IR, was that retroactive to
no, that
a certain date?
It didn't say retroactive. So it would be to that that November 9th game. So
okay. Yeah, so it's gonna be a week on IR there. So not super promising. I mean, obviously Shattenkirk is Shattenkirk, but like he is still a veteran in the NHL, right? So it's his presence will and obviously has been missed. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what comes out about him there. Got a comment here from the Ronarchy before we move on. Have you guys done a deep dive on San Diego prospects recently? I am new this season to the pod. Well, welcome to the pod. I'll search it out if you did it a few months ago. Not have we done one on?
We did like we did kind of a touch on the prospects. Us not being, I guess, if you're new to the pod, we aren't actually in California or around the Anaheim area, so we don't get to see as much of like the Gulls. But we do try to keep up with them. So I guess this is a cool transition to go into our Gulls update. We do try to keep everybody just up to date on how the Gulls are doing, kind of top players and that. We do it every Wednesday with these live episodes. So here you go.
Yeah. And we will be going to a San Diego Gulls game in Calgary when they visit the Wranglers in, I guess that's in December, right?
Yeah, next month.
Or is that the NHL game we're going to?
No, the NHL game we're going to is in March.
Okay, so yeah, so we'll get to see them in person.
Each other at like the end of the year. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, so we'll have a a bit better of an idea then as well. But we'll get into the San Diego Gulls right now. So that is I forgot to add the key to my keyboard. I even made a note about it.
The Gulls sound.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just do it. Mine.
There we go. Perfect. I'll just clip that and put it on the keyboard now. That's all we need to do. Then we don't get copyrighted.
If we haven't, for all the sounds that we haven't gotten copywritten for, I don't think we're going to get copywritten for that one.
It'll be fine. I don't know, man. Power of Disney. Big Mighty Mouse there will crack down on that hard. But anyways,
Oh,
I
sorry.
digress.
Okay. Sorry. Really quickly. Side note, not part of the show. My phone lit up. Looks to be about 50% at Walmart Canada right now for the new NHL game.
Ooh. Oh, Black Friday.
Yeah. So I'll maybe spend half the money on the
Yeah.
NHL game.
Yeah, there you go.
Just to have it.
Yeah. So the Gulls, they lost 2-0 to the Bakersfield Condors last week, but then made up for it with a 4-1 win over the Ontario Reign. So, yeah, win and a loss, not bad. I mean, a 2-0 loss isn't like the most egregious either. So, yeah, overall pretty good.
Too wild.
Next up, they've got games actually tonight as we're recording this, the 16th, against the San Jose Barracuda. I heard Nate typing, so I'm assuming he's pulling up a score from that so we can give
No, I was
a
actually
live update.
I was actually shopping on Walmart.
Oh my god.
I can't double check though what the score is currently.
It's not going anywhere, Nate. It's NHL
Friday,
22 is not going anywhere.
All of the online codes might be gone, Carter. You don't know.
No, there's no way. And also, it's not even Black Friday. It's literally like a week and a half before. It's not going anywhere.
Why'd you have to call me out like that, man? Come on.
Well, I was like, oh, Nate, he's just on top of shit. Like, I'm talking about this, and then he's gonna hit me with the score. And then no, you're just like, why did I think that that's what you were gonna do? I know you. I know that you were shopping. I'm not even surprised.
Okay, where do I find it? Because what I'm looking at right now, I guess is not. Oh wait, no, here. The AHL. Let's just try the AHL website. I'm assuming that's where you find it normally.
Yes, it is.
Okay, it's currently tied at 0s. We're halfway through the game.
Okay. Sounds good. And then on the weekend, 18th and 19th, we will be against the Grand Rapids Griffins.
I think I know our clip is it is just me with a retail therapy addiction.
Yeah. That's good. I gotta
at least I get deals on the retail therapy that I'm doing.
That's true. You're a smart shopper. Yeah.
I am a smart shopper.
Yeah, 18th and 19th. Is that at home against the Grand Rapids Griffins?
I believe so. Sorry, I thought I had that in there. I normally put like the at or
the verse. Yeah.
Sorry, that's my bad.
That's all good. It says versus, but I just want to double check because there's no ats. So
yes, those are back-to-back home games. Yes, against the Griffins there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Oh yeah, and then they'll also be at home against the Tucson Roadrunners next Wednesday on the 23rd.
Yes.
And in terms of the overall team, they are 9th in the Pacific Division in the AHL out of 10 teams. So not fantastic there. But they had a pretty slow start to the season, to be fair. So
yeah.
I don't know, did they do they do last 10, although I guess they have only played 13 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-6 record so far. I don't. It seems like they're trending in the right direction. Anyways.
Yeah, it is starting to get a
week
bit better.
to week. So yeah, so things should be okay there. I mean, they're 7 points back from the first place Colorado Eagles, so like it's not too far out of reach, right?
Yeah.
So it's possible. It's definitely possible. And then Nate, you got some stats here from the players specifically. Everyone's doing.
Yeah. I do. I realized what I had thrown into the outline is actually just goals overall. So let me pull up the points here. Okay, here we go. I got points here for you though. Perfect. That's what we normally do.
Yeah.
So Rocco Grimaldi is currently leading the team still in points. He's got 5 goals and 10 assists for 15 points. Nicholas Brouillard has 13 points. Ben Grew there has 12. Danny O'Regan with 11. And Braden Tracy with 7 there. And nice. What was the notes that I had there. Grimaldi is currently 8th in AHL points and 13th in assists. So
yeah,
Grimaldi still hanging in there for sure.
1.25 point per game pace.
Yeah,
would be, so
that's all right.
Good. Yeah.
And then goalies. Lucas Dostal is putting in the work. He's played 11 games so far this season now. Excuse me. Still just has the one shutout, but a 2.74 goals against average and a 918 save percentage. So
there we go.
It's definitely looking a lot better now for Lucas Dostal than it did like 2 weeks ago, even.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
guys bumped that up like almost by like 40% almost. So, or not 40%. Sorry.
Like 40 percentage points, like points, I guess.
Yeah, 4%.
I know what you mean.
There you go.
Yeah. And his goals against average, I feel like, is like whole goals against.
It's way better.
Yeah, like I feel like it was like a 3.7 or 3.8 or something
just
like that.
Just a couple games there that either he had some more support or he kind of pulled himself out of a hole. So it's looking good.
Yeah, a little of both probably.
Yeah, Ole Eriksson X played 4 games this season. Has a 3.82 goals against average and an 884 save percentage right now. So,
yeah, not bad considering like he's only played 4 games, so there's lots of room to improve that. And like we said before, still better than the empty net with a 0 save percentage and on 11.47 goals against average there in 10 minutes. So I don't know why we keep playing this empty net guy even for 10 minutes. Like he's just bleeding chances, but whatever. I'm not an AHL coach, so
fair enough. Sorry, it just clicked into me actually. So the Ronarchy had just made a comment. He's gonna go walk some dogs, but he'll finish this listen when the pod releases early in the morning. And you guys keep up the great work. Go Ducks, go! And Carter for tonight. Go Oilers, boo Kings. Sorry, Kings, I just recognized the handle as well. Yeah, the Ronarchy's been active with our social media, especially on Twitter there for sure.
Oh,
so, yeah. Sorry, it took me a split second there to clue in. So
yeah, it happens. Enjoy walking some dogs. It's always a fun time. Okay, we've got a couple upcoming games to talk about for the Ducks now. Thursday, potentially when you're listening to this, if you're listening to the audio the next day here, Thursday night at Winnipeg will be a 5 p.m. Pacific start there, so 7 p.m. local time. Jets having a pretty solid start to the season, way better than a lot of people expected. 9-4-1 record, 5-1-0 at home, so going into a tough building there. 7-2-1 in their last 10, and good for second in the Central, behind I think just Colorado. Is that right?
Behind Dallas. Actually.
Oh right. Oh yeah, Colorado's
in the Central,
a little lower. That's right.
So I mean, 8-5-1's not much.
Nothing to scoff at
for Colorado. But
no, definitely not. I would never disgrace the defending Stanley Cup champions like that.
But they've been doing all right. It's amazing what happens when Blake Wheeler is not your captain.
Ooh, shots fired. Pow pow. Damn. No upcoming no back-to-back situations there for Winnipeg. Let's see how our score prediction spreadsheet's coming along here.
How we doing?
So I mean, just the one game there against Detroit, neither of us got the score or the team right. We had no faith in the Ducks.
the Ducks against Detroit.
Yeah. But yeah, Winnipeg. Do we continue to not have faith against the Jets here or
against
the Ducks?
Against Winnipeg, I don't have faith. That team is 7-2-1 in their last 10. Their goal differential is a plus 10 on the season, and at home they have only lost 1 game this year. So I can't see the spreadsheet offhand. This might be the biggest. It's okay.
I got it down here. There it is.
Biggest spread that I put for this season. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go 5-2 Winnipeg. Just because this is a team that has been going off a little bit, and you still can't. What's the word I'm looking for? You can't go wrong with Connor Hellebuck still between your pipes.
Yeah, that's fair. You did have a 5-2 prediction against Tampa and a 4-1 against Vegas. So similar spread there.
Okay.
Do you want to go more egregious? Do you want to say 6-2 or 5-1?
No, it's 5-2.
No, you're going to stick 5-2? Okay.
Yeah.
I want to look at one other.
Shifley can only play in the offensive zone for so long.
What's that?
I said Shifley can only play in the offensive zone for so long. He doesn't play defense for shit.
Yeah.
I love how I'm just taking shots at the Jets, and but they're sitting like second in the fucking Central.
Yeah. Okay, so they've got 9 wins, 5 regulation wins, 9 regulation overtime wins. So I guess that means they're 4-1 in overtime. So yeah, we maybe don't want to test them in overtime. Do we?
We're 5 for 6.
Yeah, but they're 4 for 5.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know.
Sorry, I thought you had said they were 4 and 5.
Oh no, sorry.
I was like, damn, okay.
I might have.
They're actually going for a lot of overtime games.
No. Yeah, so do I want to be different for the sake of being different, or do I want to go for the easy points potentially? That sounds so bad, but you know what? I'm gonna say 6-1.
Oh,
for Anaheim. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm saying for no, it's for Winnipeg. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a roller coaster ride there. Let's see.
You'd be fucking worried there for a second, Jesus.
Yeah. Because, if Winnipeg wins 6-1, then I'm happy because I got the prediction right. If it's literally anything else, then I'm happy because the Ducks exceeded expectations.
Kevin chiming in on the chat. Pooping in on my lunch break again, boys. How we doing?
Nate, that says popping.
Oh, it does.
Popping in.
I have my glasses and I still can't fucking read.
To be fair,
I wish it said pooping now, though.
To be fair, I thought it said pooping on my lunch breaks. How we doing, boys? But yeah, popping in.
Kevin's just getting into the chat and he's just like, already, what the fuck are these guys on?
Yeah.
I promise you it's nothing.
The next thing that pops up, Kevin has exited the chat.
Yeah, exactly.
Kevin has blocked you on YouTube.
My God. Yeah, you almost had me trying to find Arkham Asylum there for a 6-1 Anaheim prediction.
Yeah, I know.
Christ. Yeah, okay. We got that. So the next game against the St. Louis Blues on Saturday, that is a 5 p.m. Pacific time start. The Blues are 6-8-0 on the season, 9th in the wild card spot currently in the West. We are 10th in last there for that. The Blues are 2-4-0 at home in their last 10. They are 3-7. Carter, we'll start with you this time. What is your prediction?
I will say also that while the record doesn't
look shit, good Kevin's left the server.
Oh, damn. There goes one of our loyal viewers. Got rid of him again. Even though their record looks bad in all aspects, they are on a 4-game win streak. St. Louis is. Against not awful teams either, if I am right. Ryan O'Reilly has actually done shit again, which makes me glad I kept him in fantasy, and I picked him up in the league we're facing each other in, and he got a shorty tonight, so that is a nice bonus there. And I mean, they beat San Jose at home, then they beat Vegas 3-2 on the road, Colorado 3-2 on the road, and then Chicago 5-2 to finish up their road trip. 3-0. And that was just tonight against Chicago as well. And then they face Washington tomorrow. So, yeah, I mean, it's against like pretty decent teams too, if they've got those 4 wins. So, and bad teams as well.
They're
a mix of both.
Yeah, their away record is a lot better. Their away record is 5-4-0.
Yeah.
So yes, they've played more games on the road this season, but they're at least winning. They're winning games on the road comparatively.
I do remember too, they started the season like super slow. Like they had like a couple games in the first week, and then they had like a game the next week, and then like a couple games the next. And then this week they've just been playing catch up. So maybe they're kind of getting into the swing of things again. Anyways, to actually get into predictions here, I think because we play them again next week, like they're literally the next game after. This isn't a weird glitch.
Yeah, 2 days later.
It's at St. Louis again. I think I'm gonna go a little ballsier with this first prediction and then see what happens for the second one. I'm gonna say 3-2 Ducks.
Ooh,
obviously in overtime, because we're not going to win a 1 goal.
Yeah, we're not going to win a regulation. Yeah. I am not predicting a regulation win until I fucking see one.
yeah, exactly. So, what do you think, Nate?
I'm not sure if I'm currently frozen to you.
You are, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's okay. You look super majestic though.
Perfect. I'm glad. I am just pulling up to see the Blues goaltending situation. Obviously, you have Thomas. Okay, how's Gracie? How's Gracie doing this year? 899 save percentage, 0-3-0 in 4 games. Okay. Now let's just compare that to Binnington. I'm just doing everything off my phone because my computer is not wanting to cooperate with me right now.
Fair.
Okay, Binnington's 7-5-0 with a 905 save percentage. Okay, now let's just double check one more thing here. Of course, we're heading to Money Puck to look at the goal save above expected. Yeah. My favorite stat to look at.
Oh, we're getting intense on this now.
Yeah, this is just going to determine how I think that not just this game, how I think both can go.
Okay.
Because I have a game plan here for the Anaheim Ducks. I have a game plan.
Okay.
I just have to make sure that the game plan in mind can work. Okay, so Binnington is currently rocking a negative 1.1 GSAX, and Grice is at a negative 1.5. So running about even though Grice has only played 4 games and Binnington's at 11. Whenever we talk about the St. Louis Blues, I always ended up talking about Jordan Binnington, or we end up talking about Jordan Binnington.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that we're normally talking about at some point in the conversation?
If he's going to fight somebody?
Exactly. Now, another goalie that's a little feisty in the NHL, and specifically in the Pacific Division here. Who's somebody I might be thinking about?
I'm going to guess, because we're the Anaheim Ducks podcast, it's John Gibson.
Correct. Okay. Now, who had playoff aspirations going into this season? And who's more likely to still, even though we're both dog shit, let's be honest right now?
Probably John Gibson.
For more playoff aspirations?
For more? Yeah.
Yeah. I'd go the other way. I'd say St. Louis. Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant on the team specifically. Yeah, St. Louis.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. I meant as a team.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a team, yes. St. Louis. Yeah, absolutely.
Here's my proposal. Because Jordan Binnington is a fucking idiot, and we all know it, he's bound to do something here at some point, right? He's already done it. I think it was against the Islanders with Sorokin, and he did something else as well already, like this season. We're halfway through November. And every time we talk about Jordan Binnington, I'm saying this guy is looking for something, right? He is looking for a fight, and somebody needs to give it to him. I have offered to the Anaheim Ducks even to fill in as an emergency backup. I don't care if I get my teeth rocked. Well, my parents probably might with my braces bills, but I'm willing to take that just to get it off of Jordan Binnington's chest, so that everybody does not have to deal with his bullshit anymore. Because like me, I'm not much of an Evander Kane fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see the clip even of Binnington punching Kane as a defense mechanism Not that Kane was coming after him. That Kane was going in for a scoring chance. Just bopped him in the chin with his blocker.
Yeah.
My proposal, as soon as Binnington does something, because we know he's going to, whether it's he gets just a little bit into a scrum or he does his intermission antics or whatnot. John Gibson, buddy, I fucking love you. I know it doesn't always sound like I do, but I do. But gloves off. Go give the guy what he wants. Go give the fans what they want. And that's a goalie fight. You love to see goalie fights. But go rock his fucking clock and you can take both games for certain at that point with Thomas Greiss, I'd like to say.
Yeah.
So with all of this hypothetical in mind.
Okay.
And even then, I don't know. The Blues are turning it around. Oh, this is actually kind of difficult because even when teams are lower but still above Anaheim, they still like to play down. Damn, okay, I was like so hyped up for this, and now I'm like, shit, I don't know which way to go. You know what? I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to call an Anaheim win. I think it's still going to be a close one. I'm going to call it 2-1 win.
2-1. Okay.
Gibson
Overtime
has been
or just 2-1? Well, I mean,
because... I'll just say 2-1 in general.
Well, I mean, the Ducks aren't going to win without it being in overtime, so
yeah,
it's implied.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's implied. But yeah, no, I think like Gibson has been playing better as of late.
Mm-hmm.
So
that consistency has been coming back. He's had stinkers here and there.
No, we just have to. It's Dallas Eakins and the rest of the coaching staff's job to make sure that consistency stays. Is the thing. So
yeah.
But
okay, so those are upcoming games and predictions. We got a question from Kevin here that sent me down the rabbit hole of trying to Google search this again.
Should we try to find this again?
I did. I still haven't found it. But he's asking, y'all think this OT win thing is some kind of a record?
Somebody's
got to have it.
Somebody had it on Twitter. It was either it was Woodling or I think it was Woodling actually.
Okay. Yeah, because it keeps trying to give me like winning streaks, and I'm like, no, winless or like regulation winless streaks or without a regulation win. I don't want winning streaks. And so like now I just got to know. Otherwise, I'm going to be up all night trying to figure this out.
I feel like I saw that it was 20 like I said, I think it was 20 with the record by Arizona. It was like 17, 18, I think is what it was.
Yes. Here's an article, SB Nation from November 2017. Become first NHL team to go 20 games into the season without a regulation win. They had their 11-game losing streak that season before they won their first game at the end of October, obviously in overtime. Another 5-game losing streak, won a game. Yeah. So, I mean, at least so far, we've already got more games or more wins than the Arizona Coyotes did at that point, which is good. But yeah, really, we only need 4 more games because we've played 16, right?
So what is that by next Wednesday? Or I guess next Wednesday's game could be it.
It could tie, yeah.
It could tie.
Right? Because we got 17, 18, 19. Yes. And we do Winnipeg, St. Louis, New York. And then to get the record, Ottawa. A 1:00 start on Black Friday.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, it's I don't want to say doable because it sounds like it's something you're going for, but it's possible. It's not impossible that we could hit this. So yeah, because I doubt any teams come close to this since Arizona 5 years ago. There's no way. like 20 games without a win.
Yeah.
Regulation win is impressive. So
yeah, I'm double checking if it was CJ there.
Oh, okay. So we can
like somebody there
credit.
had it. Somebody had it.
Yeah. So in terms of Kevin's question here, is this some kind of record? We're getting there. It's up there.
We're getting close.
We've got to be second, maybe third at this point in games to start the season without a regulation win, which is not great, but I mean, at least we've got some wins. It's good enough for respectable last place in the league, not embarrassing last place in the league.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay. It wasn't CJ. Jake Rudolph on Twitter had it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he's like, I think I found the record for the most games to start a season without a regulation win. The Arizona Coyotes of 17-18 went 20 games before recording one. It could very well happen.
Yep. Which is interesting. And yeah, like I know you just jumped in, Kevin, but we talked off the hop of the episode a little bit about this, and it would be wild. And we were trying to debate if it would even be possible for the Ducks to get into the playoff spot without a regulation win, just purely overtime wins and giving up those extra points to teams. So definitely go back and have a listen to the first bit of the episode there where we talked about that. But yeah, it's interesting. So
like, I know we were talking about the wins and, oh, hey, you give a team a point and that kind of thing. But think about it this way as well. At this point, teams are looking where Anaheim is on their schedule and going, there's at least a free point because we have given every team at least a point that we've played this season.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah.
That is I know there's teams like for some of the bigger ones that are like, oh, there's Arizona on the schedule. Oh, free point night or that kind of thing. Well, like Anaheim is literally free point night right now until they get a regulation win.
Yeah.
Yikes. All right.
Which another way to look at that is no team has lost in regulation to the Anaheim Ducks yet this season.
Yeah.
And no team wants to be that team either. So.
And only one team has beat the Ducks in extra time this year. That's a better stat to go with.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we've got what's quacking here. So let's wrap up the episode with that.
So I did kind of change it for you at least, Carter, partway through.
Didn't notice.
So our buddy that was in the chat earlier there, the Ronarchy, he had actually left a question for us on Twitter.
Oh, nice.
So I thought I'd answer it here. Or I thought we would answer it. So it is it's one question that has an A to D selection. Or A to D answers to fill out.
Multiple parts, not multiple choice.
Yeah, multiple parts. There you go.
Okay. Four-part question.
Yeah. So who is your favorite? Oh, excuse me. So it's current Duck, all-time Duck, current non-Duck, and all-time non-Duck.
I'm gonna need that one more time, boss.
Okay, so current, your favorite current Duck.
Okay.
On the roster today.
Duck. Okay.
All-time Duck.
Okay.
Current non-Duck. So the rest of the NHL.
Okay.
And all-time non-Duck.
Okay. And then okay. That makes sense. I'm following now. It was just a lot of words.
It was.
That I couldn't process at 9:30 local time. Yeah, which makes me sound old, but here we go. Okay. Yeah, how about you start this off? We'll go AA, BB. We'll answer the same one, same time. But yeah, who's your favorite current Duck, Nate?
You know me. I like a little bit of flash. I like character, especially. It's hard for me not to go with Trevor Zegras for this for
That's
current
fair.
Duck. So it's a tight second though for Troy Terry. And I know those feel kind of almost like cop out like answers potentially, but
I mean they're fun to watch.
Like, I love Trevor Zegras.
Yeah, right.
He's a fucking great like sound bite and like he is what I've wanted out of NHL players. Like when I talk about character, like he is what I've wanted for so long at this point.
Yeah. So, and I'm gonna not like pick up the slack. That's not the right word, but I'm gonna pick up, I guess, where you left off there with
Derek
Troy
Branch.
Terry. Yeah, with Troy Terry, he's got to be my favorite current Duck. He just does like everything really well, and like obviously I love Trevor Zegras and Drysdale and all those guys too. But yeah, Troy Terry for sure. Honorable mention to Ryan Strome. He's
there you go.
Very likable player just in general, and I was very excited when he came to the Ducks. So
there you go.
Honorable mention. Here. But yeah, Troy Terry.
Yeah. Here, let's go snake actually. So now you do all-time Duck.
I mean, well, I was like, can it really be anybody besides Getzlaf? But I guess it could. Yeah, I got to go with Ryan Getzlaf just for the Team Canada aspect of it as well.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah, Ryan Getzlaf. Just who else?
Yeah, I'm not sure off the top of my head who I have a tie. I'll go tied for first.
Okay.
Good old Finnish Flash, Teemu Selanne. But we know me, and I love my goalies. J.S. Giguère. Loved that dude. Like well before, like as I was kind of getting into hockey, like he was a guy that I liked his style, especially his masks were always cool to me.
He was a fun guy to watch too.
Yeah, he was. So, and then just kind of following him. Yeah, following him after the fact. Like I remember him getting like going to Toronto and whatnot, and like how weird that looked. And so yeah, I'm stuck between Selanne and Giguère. So I can't pick one right now.
That's fair. Okay, part C to you, Nate. Current favorite non-Duck.
I mean, this one's pretty easy. I got a few of his jerseys hanging up on the wall. Marc-Andre Fleury. Yeah. Flower, my boy.
Yeah. So it's an obvious one.
Love that dude. Love that dude.
Equally as obvious for me, it's Connor McDavid. He's best player in the world on my other favorite team. So yeah, easy one. And then this one, this is always the tough one. It's like one of my least favorite questions to answer, but and I probably never give the same answer every time, but favorite all-time player. Non-Duck.
Yeah.
I guess. So not entirely all-time, but essentially favorite all-time player. Oh, I guess that's to me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you.
Oh God. Yeah, man. I really don't know. Favorite all-time. Like, there's just so many good players that have been around. Like, I don't know. I got to toss this to you if you have an answer. I got to think for like a couple seconds.
I do, and this is not a player that I feel like a whole lot of people know about, actually. Buffalo Sabres, Taro Tushimoto.
I'm sorry, what?
Taro Tushimoto. Favorite all-time NHL player.
Fuck, is this the guy that like was made up? Like he was drafted but like never existed?
So if you don't know the story behind this, so this was a fictitious player that was quote unquote selected by the Buffalo Sabres, 183rd overall in the 11th round of the 1974 draft. So yeah, it was basically just like a protest of like slow telephones and
long just because like and stuff.
Yeah, because the WHA, the World Hockey Association, was going on at the same time. And so it was a way to it was Buffalo's way to combat the WHA from quickly figuring out who like the NHL guys were taking. So, I was hoping you wouldn't pick up on that. Actually, I'd be like, "Who the fuck was this guy?" And I was just gonna like make up a bunch of numbers for him.
I didn't pick up on it right away, honestly, but yeah, I got I did remember it now.
All-time non-Duck.
Oh, that's not actually the answer you're going for?
No, that's not the answer I'm going for. If you had just left it, I would would have left it as is and seen like had people try to search it up or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, all-time non-duck. I want to go with Fleury again, but that feels like a cop-out at this point, even though it is accurate. Okay, all-time non-duck. Hard for me not to say Jerome McGinley. That dude was class when he played. Still is class today. For sure. Yeah, I feel like I'd have to go with Jerome McGinley. That's the first guy that comes to mind, like other than Marc-Andre Fleury, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think I would have to pick probably Ryan Smith. Growing up as like an Oilers fan, he was just like not like everybody's favorite player, but like he was just such a likable, lovable player. He was fun to watch. I'd say I'd probably have to go with that, because like thinking even back to like the street hockey days when you're like you emulate your favorite player, like you're on a breakaway and you're like trying to come up with a sick move and you're narrating your play as it's going on. Like that was always the guy that I chose.
You went to. Okay, actually, okay. No disrespect whatsoever to Iggy. Can I change my answer? Actually, as soon as you said the road hockey thing, I'm like, actually, no, sure. I know who it is.
Yeah.
Guy was just inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame this last weekend. Lou. Good old Bobby Lou, Roberto Luongo. That's who I'm going with.
There you go. Yeah.
So the guy played on division rival for, well, I guess the Ducks too, obviously, but like growing up as a Flames fan, and when both those teams were doing like decent at the same time, right? Like those games were always good ones to watch and whatnot. But yeah, Roberto Luongo, 2010 Olympic goaltender, gold medalist there, holds the franchise win records for both Vancouver and Florida as well. And my Matheson Jr. were definitely styled after his. So, and yeah, the guy's a class act as well. Another good sound bite. If you haven't seen it, go and take a look at I think it's like Roberto's or it's like little Wongo's poetry or something like that. That he did with TSN. That was really good. And definitely go take a look at that. He wasn't he wasn't afraid of the cameras, to say the least. So, and definitely spoke his mind as well. I was pretty honest with media. The one that comes to mind right away is the my contract sucks comment that he had. When there was like rumors around him getting moved or that sort of thing from Vancouver. So, but I'd have to go with Roberto Luongo actually. So.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, thank you for the question to the Ronarchy. I know that you were in the chat, but you had to take off. So I'll make at least part of this a clip for Twitter so that and we'll tag you in it so that you can see that we did answer your question as well. Yeah. So thank you very much for it. And thank you to everybody else who listened. If you want to send us questions, you can do so at Quack Report Pod, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, whatever platform you use. You can, I guess you can't DM on Twitch, but you get the point. At HockeyPodNet is where you can follow the network. And you can also shoot us an email. I guess we can plug that too, because we've gotten emails before. quackreportpod.thpn@gmail.com. And then we also have a Google form if that's easier for you to fill out, where you can drop us some questions, comments as well. It's mostly for a survey that's down in the description that you can do that. Close it in a couple weeks here, but we've got some great feedback, so we very much appreciate it from everybody already. And if you want merch, like the hat that Nate is currently wearing, tqrshop.myspreadshop.com or .ca if you're in Canada. We got some sick stuff that we've just dropped, including the Mighty collection, which is obviously Mighty colors. So very fun there. Okay, that's also down in the description. I think that's everything. Nate, where can people message you about how you picked 3 goalies for your favorite all-time players? But none of them were John Gibson as your favorite current Duck.
But it's hard to go against Zegras. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's fair. But like,
Yeah, you can hound on me for being a goalie and liking goalies, I guess. On Twitter at Tatenamas, TATENHOMAS.
And if you probably more rightfully want to rip on me for choosing 2 Oilers as my other all-time favorite players, you can do that on Twitter at Carter_Potts, POTTS_97. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. We will see you guys on Monday for another episode of the Quack Report. In the meantime, have a good one and go Ducks go.